Welcome back to How Makes Up, guys. I'm here today with my lovely friend Lev, who we've been meaning to film a video together for ages, so I'm really glad finally both free to do it. The look we're going to do today, I think it's going to be using some products that are quite quick and easy to work with, especially kind of stick cream to powder products that I really like working with in my pro kit. Generally I'm going to be doing more of a kind of like evening makeup look. It would be nice for a party as well, and the look is kind of inspired as well by a picture I saw of Kristen Stewart, which I will put in the image now as well so you can have a little look. So the first product I'm going to use on Lev is the Max Factor Face Finity Primer. I really like this primer. I think it's been described as a good dupe for the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, which I think it's similar, but I think this is a little bit thicker. But I do think this is a very good drugstore primer. So I'm just going to apply that with fingers. There's no need for a brush really with this. I think you just want to smooth it into the skin. So the foundation I'm going to work with today is the RMK Creamy Foundation. You guys know I'm a massive love of the liquid foundation, and thanks to Lily Pebbles, she recommended this to me. And I do really enjoy it actually. I'd say the coverage is a little bit fuller. So if you want a more kind of thinner coverage, I think you can just use something like a synthetic bristle brush or something that's got a bit more density, like the Bobbi Brown, like the full coverage brush, which actually I find shears things out better rather than makes them full coverage. But hey ho. So I'm going to use this in 101. This is the more yellow toned one. If you had really dry skin as well, actually, I'd say this is a really good foundation. It doesn't make things super dewy, but it just gives that nice coverage, but you can kind of buff it out where you need it. So I'm going to use it with the Bobbi Brown brush actually, which I did do a blog post on, so I'll make sure I link that.
I really want to buy this brush.
It's so good. So I'm just going to start...
it feels so nice on your skin.
It's lovely, isn't it? So I'm going to start it from the middle of the face and work outwards. So I'm just taking that all over the skin, again starting on the inside and just buffing it out and just do little circles to kind of really work it into the skin. So I am a huge lover of these kind of stick, they're kind of like cream shadows that start off as cream and then set to a powder. So you get a little bit of time to work with them, and then once you've buffed them in, they set really dry. So no creasing, no moving, and I am obsessed. The By Terry and Mercier ones I've been using a lot. If you're on a budget or you're looking for something similar but a cheaper price point, the Kiko ones are also really, really good. So the first product I'm going to use on Lev is the By Terry. This is the Ombre Blackstar, and this one I think is Brown Perfection. I'll just check that for you. Where does it say? Yeah, Brown Perfection number 13. So I'm just going to start, so if you close your eyes for me, Lev. So I'm just going to wind up a little bit, lift the lid so you make sure you get it right into the roots of the lashes. And I'm just going to start popping that on the base of the lash line. So it's going to give quite a smoky eye, but we're going to kind of wing it out a little bit as well. So just taking it a little bit past the eye. So I'm going to take a MAC 217 and then I'm just going to buff that out. So like I said, you've got to work with these fairly quickly because they will set, and once they've set, they just really lock in place well. And what I'm going to do is just start to like wing the shape out a little bit. So if you imagine there being a line through the middle of your eye, you're almost working it up to that line. So as if you were doing a flick that kind of went to here and just buff it out towards there. And I'm just tailing it off slightly. And then I'm going to take the same pencil underneath the eye as well. So if you look up for me, Lev, so that we're getting that kind of nice winged shape. And I'm doing it quite chunky, little smudgy dots. And then I'm going to take something like a pencil brush by MAC. And you can see then we've kind of traced your line almost to kind of wing it out, just to match it towards that. And I'm just going back in with the MAC 217. So now we've got the kind of beige shadow on, you can see we've just made sure it's pulled out at the corners so it just wings the eyes out. And what that does as well, it keeps the eyes really elongated so they're lengthened and also they look bigger, because what we've done, we've not gone in with any black or any kind of dark kohl on the inside. And to emphasise that even more, I'm now going to take a nude kohl. I'm going to take the the Scandalised Waterproof Kohl Kajal, that's a mouthful, from Rimmel. And this is in the nude one, and this is a really good colour actually. So if you just look up for me, Lev, so I'm just going to pop this in the inner waterline, so tiggly bit. So this is one of the Mercier sticks, and these are their caviar sticks, and I'm going to use the colour in Smoke, which is kind of like a sparkly, almost like a graphite grey, which actually looks really nice against the brown to bring out and define the eyes. So I'm now going to go back to that pencil brush, the smaller one I was using. So now taking this darker colour, it's lovely, it's like a gunmetal, it almost has like a bit more navy flecks in it as well. I'm going to roll that into the bottom of the eye. So with that pencil brush, and just enhance that kind of winged out part of the eye. And it just makes it look a little bit more deep smoky as well. But I'm just using the pencil brush again just to kind of go over that sort of V outer flick shape. So I'm going to take a really tiny little brush now, which is sable, and just using it kind of off the end of the product. If you look up for me, Lev. I'm going to take that and I'm going to squidge that just onto the bottom bit of the liner. So this is just going onto that outer corner, and that's going about halfway. And then just go back to your pencil brush, if you look up for me, Lev. And again, just smoke that out as well. So mascara, I'm going to add a couple of individual lashes, just on the outer corners really, to kind of wing out that a little bit further. So I'm going to take some of the Ardell, and I've got some of the Eyelure ones as well. So a couple of short, a couple of medium, and possibly a couple of large, depending on how many I can get on Lev's lashes, basically. Get them all on. While I'm doing that, actually, I can give Lev's eyelashes a little curl. So if you keep your head where it is, Lev, and look at your hand, does that feel okay? And I'm going to give Lev's lashes a good curl.
I never use curlers, so.
Oh my god, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Put it down again for me. I'm going to really go for it with Lev's lashes so she can see the difference then. Open it.
Oh.
Yeah. See how much longer they are?
Gosh.
They're like way, way longer.
You could just do that and no mascara coming out.
Well, this is it. Like sometimes you might find you don't even need mascara if you've just kind of got, you know, a good curl on the lashes. So we're going to cheat anyway and give you a few extra. I'm thinking I can go straight to my medium ones. So I'm just going to take a little tweezer. Pull it down for me, Lev. So that's it, just keep looking down, and I'm just going to place those. And these are really light and easy to wear. I think the best thing about these is they're knot free as well, so you can't see the knots on them. So I always think if you do kind of the same number each side, that's a good way to kind of keep yourself in balance with how many you've applied. So I'm just going in with the shorter ones now, and this is more just to thicken up really, so just literally balancing them. And let down, put down. Just to thicken up, and these just sit on top of your own lashes. So we're going to let those dry properly before I put some mascara on. So in the same time as those drying, we'll do a little bit to Lev's brow. So I'm just going to take a brow groomer. Lev's got amazing brows, definitely got brow envy. So I'm going to use a brow powder today just to keep it quite soft. I'm going to use my Anastasia brow palette, which obviously you can buy individually as well. I'm going to use a bit of medium brown on Lev, which is this one here. And again, I'm going to kind of start filling in first rather than, I don't really want to add too much to the inside of Lev's brows. I actually like how sparse they are on the inner corner, but I am going to pull it out on the outer corner. So I'm just filling the arch that little bit there, and then I'm just going to pull it out because where we've winged our eye shape out, we can take our brows out a little bit longer. Add a tiny bit more into the inside, but not too much. So we can come back to the lashes now, they should be dry. So I do want quite a full-on lash effect, like I said, so I'm going to go in with this Clinique mascara. This is Lash Power Mascara. It's quite a fine wand. Oh, wow, Lev's got incredible bottom lashes. Literally like the Kristen Stewart picture. So I'm really lacquering those up. More on the outer third than kind of the inside of the eye. So now we can really lift, and you can mesh the real lashes and the individuals together. So I'm going to take a bit of the Clarins Instant Light Concealer, which I'm obsessed with at the minute, and I'm going to use shade number 1. I'm going to squeeze it on the back of my hand first, and then I'm using, love this brush, it's the Real Technique setting brush.
I've got this brush.
I love
Use it every day,
it's
so good
for concealer.
But it's so good for so many things.
Yeah, I mean you can use this for powder, you can use it for big blending eyeshadow, but I'm just taking it kind of like in a circular V shape, so I don't want to put it too close to start with near the eye, so we've got room to blend, and then I'm taking that a little bit around the nose, and then I'm going to start buffing what's left on the brush towards the eye. And I really, really love this concealer. I think it just lifts beautifully. So I'm going to add a little bit of powder, guys. I'm going to take the Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot. This is a really, really good drugstore powder, I think. So again, just translucent. And I'm actually going to use this lovely Real Techniques brush. Have you seen these, Lev? They're
I've
really
used
nice. The new Real Techniques Bold Metals. I've done a blog post on these as well. This is going to be a really lengthy description bar, guys. So I'm just going to pop it all down there if you want to have a read.
They're amazing.
I really like them. I think they look beautiful. They feel really nice. They're quite weighty.
Lovely.
So I'm just using this kind of down the middle of the face, just to set that a little bit. And then I'm going to take an even smaller brush, so something like a Bobbi Brown eye blender. And if you look up for me, Lev, I'm just going to pop that just to set that concealer. So I'm going to take a bit of the Chanel Les Beiges, and I'm going to use number 4, which I find makes a really good bronzer colour if you've got the same kind of skin tone as Lev. So I'm going to take a Mikasa, this is the F200 brush. So anything kind of duo fibre brush I find is really nice for bronzer. We're just going to warm up a little bit, so I'm going to take it kind of around the points of the face where the sun would hit naturally. If you turn the other way for me, love. So just kind of the top of the cheeks. And I think when you want quite a natural application, it's almost better to use a larger brush. If you're not going for that kind of contoured look, it just hits the face. You can even kind of take it over the nose. And I'm going to take a bit of Kevyn Aucoin. This is the Celestial Candlelight, which I love. And we're just going to apply that to the tops of the cheekbones, just to give that beautiful glow. Turn away from me, love. So just along there where the light would hit naturally. And I just think this gives such a beautiful glow to the skin. Take a little bit of that on the top of the lip, a little bit in the middle of the nose. So I'm going to take this blush by Clarins, and this is, I've forgotten already. This is, we keep giggling today, guys. We're literally having a giggle fit. So
bad influence. Yeah,
it's when I film with friends, this is what happens. So it's the Illuminating Cheek Colour in 04, which is Sunset Coral. So you've got a nice mix of shimmer and kind of mattes in there. But I'm going to take the Real Techniques Bold Brush as well. This one is 300. I'm taking quite a bit on the back of my finger first because I don't want too much colour. Just a little bit, kind of the tops of the cheeks.
Do you like a nice coral shade?
Yeah, it's a really
easy,
wearable shade. I think you just have to make sure you don't put too much on the brush. And I definitely find with this brush, it's more of a precision brush, if that makes sense, rather than like a sheer application. And then just to finish as well on the eyes before I go on to the lips, I'm going to take a bit of the Marc Jacobs. This is their like gel liner pencil. And just to make sure the tops of the lashes look really, really black, so I'm going to do the little tiggly bit of going on the inside of that eye, which I know for a lot of people feels very tiggly and uncomfortable. Let the other one down. Actually. I think because this is quite a soft gel pencil, it definitely doesn't have that kind of grabbing feel. So for lips, I'm going to take a bit of Bobbi Brown Beige lip pencil. So with your lips smiling and closed, I'm just going to add a little bit of softness and definition to Lev's lips. I'm just rounding her Cupid's bow ever so slightly. A little bit of extra definition. So taking a bit of MAC lipstick in Blankety, I'm going to use a shimmery lip brush, and I'm just going to pop a little bit. That's quite creamy lipstick, this one, so, and it's quite full pigment, so just applying a little bit of that on top of beige. And I'm just adding what's left on the brush, just to kind of go over that colour so it stays nice and flushed. And so that is the finished look, guys. It's been really, really fun. I think we've had a bit of a blast, haven't we, Lev?
I want to do it every day.
Lev is a fellow makeup lover, so we've pretty much talked about makeup the whole video through. So this is going to be a fun video to edit.
But it might take you a while.
I think it is going to take a while. But I hope you found this useful, guys. Like I said, some really good products for making kind of really long-lasting makeup, and a few tricks and techniques for opening the eyes up and just elongating them as well. So make sure you subscribe and like, and if you have any makeup related questions, the best place to get me is on Twitter @HarryMakesItUp. So I'll see you soon for more videos, guys. Thanks very much, bye!